Hoi Zämma! Today I bring you a brand new video about the Tier 3 aircraft carrier from the Germans, the Rhein. The Rhein is a light aircraft carrier who's been planned and nearly constructed in the Second World War, and the Rhein should be a flotilla carrier, you could say, and it should also be the little bit smaller version of like a Saipan, you can say, or the Independence, more or less. Yeah, just a slightly smaller flotilla carrier with modern diesel engines, and yeah, it's historically not much is about that. It's just a blueprint, as you could guess. Um, and it's not really much on the ship what you could expect but in fact this ship has something what other light aircraft gear doesn't have, and some things that are pretty much the main advantage. First, the commander bridge was designed to be superior, that you can see more radar, etc., everything. Then the crane should be also slightly better used than on other counterparts, independents, and in Japan the Zuiho class should also be a little bit better one here. Faster moving, faster pickup, everything here. As you can see, it's a high modern crane here, and as you can see here, and I don't know, nope, not behind, but here you can see the elevator. For a light aircraft carrier here, it's pretty unusual to have an air elevator, because this thing has a small hangar. So for a light aircraft carrier, he also has more storage, so more planes to storage here. I doubt that these planes would have been ever used on Rhine, because, as you know, Germany not even used biplanes anymore in the start of World War II. They already had their Arados 190s, Messerschmitts, famously the Stukas for the dive bombers. In plane construction and planning and modernizing the planes, everything, Germany was way ahead of the time. So I doubt that even biplanes ever would have been stored on the Rhine. But yeah, that's a slightly balanced factor for wargaming here, because if we are taking the Rhine as she should have been, with the planes and the armor and stuff, we come to that a little bit later, then she should really be a tier 5 carrier, like the Independence, for instance. But it's okay. Sorry, something in my throat. But yeah, that's pretty much it about the ship. Like said, it's one of the first really intentionally built carriers from Germany and planned carriers. Again, it's just a blueprint. Not that I say that it's built, just a blueprint, but it's one of those blueprints that you can see and say, yes, those existed. But yeah, that's pretty much for the German aircraft carrier history stuff. So let's go dive into the mods and stuff. For the mods, I have Luftgroup Mod 1. You could go for secondary, because the German aircraft carriers, at least tech trees, unlike some premiums, we don't talk about you, Graf Zeppelin, they have good secondaries. But I go better for Luftgroup Mod 1. For the next part, Luftgroup Mod 2, again, you could go for secondary. As you see, I was once with secondary here. Works pretty well. And I have the Hull B in. So, yeah. That's pretty much for the modification here. Then the commander as of choice, like usual, I have Reizo Tanaka as inspiration and Franz von Hipper. Just for the secondaries, again, the German aircraft carrier have excellent secondaries, and I just want them to work if ever a DD decides to rush my carrier and thinks that his only job is attacking the aircraft carrier in the whole match. So that's about that. And I have skilled Hans Geisler as usual. Here you can see what I picked. It's the usual German carrier AP bomb skilling. Nothing special here. Yeah. So let's see about the stats. The stats on Rhein are 32 300 hit points. We have an armor of 10 to 60 millimeter. We have planes with torpedo bands Arado AR-95B. I think in real life she should have been Arado 190s, the way better ones, and not biplanes. But we have a hit points 1500. We have a high speed 151 knots. And then attack squadron of 2, 6 in the squad, and yeah, typical stuff. Torpedo knots and torpedo high damage 4691 damage. We have dive bombers Heinkel HE50, hit points 2100, high speed 136 knots, same attack squadrons, and the same overall squadron of 6, and we do a high damage of 3111. Artillery of 2x2, 105 millimeters. You have a firing range of 4 kilometers, reload of 3.2 seconds, and HE damage of 1200. Flag, it's typical tier 3 flag. It shoots. Don't expect much, but it can take down some planes. So don't underestimate ever a carrier flag. It's the best one in the game. We have overall the ship. The ship moves 26 knots, turning circle of 760 meters, and a rudder shift of 8.6 seconds. We have a concealment of 9.9 kilometer, and we have a guaranteed detectability of 2 kilometers. The aircraft carrier spots us on 6.9 kilometers. So that's the armor. Unless other German aircraft carriers on higher tier, you don't have really much armor, because this one is overall just a carrier, not special like Parseval or Graf Zeppelin intentionally wanted to be everything and in the end was nothing. This was just slightly normal, overall good performing, would have been good performing carrier. So don't expect much from the armor here. But you can see Citadel is high above waterline. So yeah. Don't ever get spotted, guys. Don't ever get spotted in Graf Zeppelin. Not in Graf Zeppelin. Don't ever get spotted in Rhein. And you will be good. You will be good. Yeah. That's about the Rhein. So I thank you all for tuning in here. And thank you for the continuously support. If you don't have already, please consider a subscription. Please like the video if you liked what I'm doing. And comment below what you think about the Rhein. Yeah, tier 3. I'm starting to really go down the tiers again, because for as of now, tier 8, legendary tier 7, because tier 7 still gets matchmaked with legendary tier, is just not enjoying for me. So yeah, I'm starting to enjoy the Rhine here again, and I'm starting to enjoy overall the below tiers in overall. So let me know what you think about the doll in the comments below. And hey, Nariko out. See you next time. So we are back in the Rhine. on Great Race. In enemy team, we have Mutsuki, Jaguar, Emil, Berta, Double, Ishitsuki, Nassau, Congo, Giulio Cesare, and the carrier is Langley, if I'm correct. So, in my division, I have Alex Hensley, aka Unknown, and as usual, my div buddy always, Hazy. Shout out to you guys. So, the line is pretty okay. It's a carrier who was better at the start of carriers, but Rhein was one of the first, if not the first back then, who straight away got nerfed. Straight away. The Wargaming didn't even waited for other carriers to arrive or something. They just saw, oh, Rhein is better than Langley. Oh, straight nerf. Yeah, it's kinda sad that Wargaming always does this hasty nerfs and buffs and don't wait, but it is how it is. So we dropped the DD as pretty much usual Nariko fashion here, and Jaguar just got paid here with my beautiful German aircraft carriers, planes, stuff. You know what I mean. And we're doing another set. Is it going? I think it not goes. So I take my other squadrons and let's finish the job, right? As usual. Again, we have 2 DDs here in this match. What is my first target? Get these DDs gone. Just get them gone. Don't even hesitate to, you know, try and farm damage on BBs or cruisers. Just do your job and finish the job on DDs. That's all your team can ask. And pretty much here the other torpedo, and he just has one single little 2000 health points, maybe even just 200 health, but doesn't even matter anymore because Alex just finished the job on Jaguar. I fly over it here right now to just look if he shot torpedoes at Alex. That's something you all also can know. The carrier, so the planes from me, can also spot enemy DD torpedoes and cruiser torpedoes. So I just was flying above to look if Alex needs to do evasive maneuvers. And as of right now, I'm going to focus this cruiser here. Why do I focus this cruiser? Because as a carrier, you need to know which cruisers are the most dangerous cruisers. And one of the most dangerous cruisers you could ask here on tier 4 is Emile Bertin. Emile Bertin is just so trolly. Not the shells or the penetration itself. No, it's not even that. It's just the fact that her armor is so trolly that pretty much everything, even mostly all the cruisers, everything just makes overpants straight away. Don't even ask the RNG for any high damage, just overpants. So I was thinking here, you know what, this Emile Bertin, he's just hiding behind an island. I'm a carrier, I'm just built differently, I'm just, you know, typical Nariko fashion carrier. I just make his life miserable. He wanted to drive the Emile Bertin, I make his life miserable. That's how it is. We're doing Nariko things here. Yeah. So let's find out. Does this torpedo beat justice? This torpedo's justice. That's just how it is on this channel here. We're doing Nariko things. And I see the other Emile Bertin. And what do you believe this Emile Bertin is gonna feel? He's gonna feel the Nariko. He's gonna feel the Nariko fashion here. So he steers in. I go here for his nose to potentially make even a flood. Just, you know, and that's the most juiciest torpedoes you ever could ask for. And it's a double flood. That's just we made one incapacitation. We did 2 floods and 2 torpedoes. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I mean, come on, it is. We all know it. It is. So I was just saying to Alex and Hazy, if they want, they can just shoot this Emil. They will not do pretty much the highest damage ever because you know it, trolley armor. But pretty much they did what they did. Every little small detailed damage on Emil Bertha is just recognizable. And Hazy finished the job. And I could pretty much instantly turn away and just drop my planes on this Congo and support my team allies here a little bit. I knew that there's still 1 DD left, but our DD at the other side, he had nothing to be scared of there, because the other DD from us, the T-22 and the Kamikaze, are pretty much there. The Kamikaze has already two kills. The DD on the other side is pretty much alone, so he needs to really be scared. The T-22 also has the enemy DD spotted, so there was no scenario where this is scary. And I was a little bit too hazy here, because I thought he's going backwards. But the thing about Rhein AP bombs is you need to know those AP bombs, the squadrons don't drive with the ship anymore. They pretty much stay on point. So there where I'm spotting here, boom, I need to instantly drop them because the circle don't move. One citadel on a German battleship, as usual, you just punch them. Let's see finishing the job, but the Montecuccoli also already did it. So that's pretty much the carrier gone. We have pretty much the whole circle for us. That's a win. Yeah, we finished the job with 3 kills, 38,000 damage, 10 torpedo hits, in-cap, floods, 2 bomb hits, and a citadel. Like I already said. Oh, it's the Rhine. Enemy's the Rhine. I thought for some reason it's a Langley. Yeah, but that's the match. Yeah. So as an end facet, I really like the Rhine. I wish we had you could say modern version of Rhine, because Rhine is just so good for me. Just give it a better planes, put it on tier 5, and we're talking. So, as usual, that's me. I will see you next time. Nariko out. Thank you for watching.